Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Carla if you are new here. And today I am going to be doing part 2 of my Q&A questions that you guys have always wanted to ask me. If you haven't checked out part 1, I will leave the link up here in the corner, but I'm just going to hop right in and answer some more of these questions. I'm going in kind of group order. So I've answered things about eating disorders therapy and my diet and my relationship in that last one, and now I'm about to get into some of probably my most asked question is to do with my schedule and how do I fit it all in. So do I watch TV is the first question. Yes, I do watch TV. I tend to get about one episode and probably about half to 3/4 of an episode of something in the evening, because I just don't have time otherwise. But yes, I do watch TV and I love TV. Do I find waking up early in the morning easy? And this person is trying to get up at 6:30. Yes, I do find getting up early easy. Sorry, I have an itchy eye. Now, if you don't follow me on Instagram, which you should, I get up at about 4:30, 4:45 every morning to go for my walk. And the reason is that I like to get up to get up before everybody else does so that I can take my walk by myself. It's very important to me. Now, at 4:30 when my alarm goes off, do I want to die a little bit inside? Yes, absolutely. However, I know that it will set me up really well for the day. I was raised in a house that was a bakery, so my family always got up. We were always early risers. My dad was in the military, so we were always early risers. Now, not that early all the time, but I am a morning person. When I was pregnant, I obviously needed more sleep because you're growing a human. So I was getting up about 7:30 in the morning. And I remember thinking while pregnant, how did I ever get up at 4:30 in the morning? And now that I'm getting up at 4:30 in the morning, I'm thinking, how did I ever sleep in till 7:30 in the morning? So it's just, you just get used to it. If you want to wake up earlier, my recommendation would be to start in small increments. So, you know, making sure you go to bed early, that's really important. You know, you still need good sleep. So I go to bed between 8 and 10. It depends on what time my little man goes to bed. So we tend to put him down between 8 and 10, depending on his sleep schedule for the day and that kind of thing. And I will go to bed very shortly after him. If you want to go to bed, if you want to get up early, I would recommend starting, you know, 15 minutes earlier, you know, for 1 week or a couple of days, and then 15 minutes earlier. But even I know a couple of people have given me the feedback on Instagram that they are loving getting up before the kids get up, getting up before their husband, getting the amount of stuff that they get done before anybody else in the house is awake. And it's nice, it's quiet time. I love quiet time. I'm a bit of I'm an introverted extrovert. No, I'm an extroverted introvert. So I need time to myself as well. It's really important to me. Do I get help with the baba? I'm in awe of how productive you are. I can barely get fed. I feel for you. Yes, I'm lucky that I do have help with Brannock. My son is 4 months old and my mother stays with us 2 to 3 nights a week to help. So she's currently watching him while I record this. She will, like, I will get up with him, I will feed him and do everything. So, but you know, if I need to do something else, she will take over. That I have support, basically. Yes, I do have support. She's incredible. It takes a village, and ask for help if you have help. I was surprised at how much help I got when I asked for it. That was a really interesting one for me because I don't like to ask for help. How do I diet on my busy days? Thought this was a really interesting question. I am busy always. I'm never not busy. Vincent always gives out to me, that's my partner, because I never relax. So I would say that how do I diet on my busy days is I just do exactly the same. say for example, if I know I'm going to be out all day, I'll prep a salad and bring it with me, or I will know where I'm going and I'll know what I'm going to order if we're going out for lunch or something like that. Also, like, I was a senior maternity leave senior manager, and I had, for example, prior to being pregnant, during my weight loss journey, one thing I had to do for work was I had to go in really, really early one morning. Like, I had to be in at 7 one morning, and I used to be in at 7 every single morning, so just do with that what you will. But I had to be in during the pandemic at 7 a.m. and I at the time was doing my own personal 10 Ks in 10 days. So every day for 10 days I was doing a 10-kilometer walk, and I knew that I wanted to do that in the morning before I went. So I was up at 3:30 and I went out and I did that walk. It's a commitment to myself. I prioritize myself and my health and my mental health over everything else, and I find ways to get help and to do things. That's really important to me. I don't feel that I need to, of course I have to sacrifice certain things like TV for that, and because I'm a mother, but I don't think that we need to sacrifice all of us to be good parents. I think we also need to set examples for our children of what good mental health and what good physical and dietary health can look like, and that's what I'm trying to do for my son. I liked this question: how do I cope with tiredness when filming and taking care of a baby? I would just like, first of all, to thank that person for that question, because I think there is a very common misconception in the world that this kind of content creation is extremely easy. I don't get paid very much for what I do here. I make small amounts of money on the ads that are on this, and for the length of time that you guys watch a video. I earn no other income from my social media at all, and I've been doing it for 2 years, and I do it every single day. It is a full-time job. To do this video, it will take me, the two videos, the 2 Q&As, it'll take me probably a day and a half to do those. I think there is just this kind of common misconception, you just throw up a camera and chat to it. But there's a lot of prep that has to go in. There's lighting, there is getting the camera, charging it, then there is making sure somebody can take care of Brannock, there's writing all the questions out and segmenting them, then there is the editing afterwards, uploading, making thumbnails, doing the description boxes, sharing it on social media to make sure people watch it. So how do I cope with the tiredness and doing all of that is that I try and take naps when I can, and I make sure that I eat really well and eat really healthily so that I'm fueling my body and I'm not just drinking caffeine all the time. That's how. Lots of coffee. No, lots of water. And if I'm really feeling exhausted, for example, Friday, like with the pain of my whiplash that I had, I wasn't able to sleep properly for a week. And I mean, not able to sleep for a week. Like, I was getting like 2 hours a night sleep. And I know I have a newborn, but it was like on top of that. It was really intense. And I was actually sleeping here, sat up, because I couldn't lie down because I was getting stuck. And last Friday, I was so exhausted that I had to stop working. I had to stop, and I was like, I have to sleep. So I came in and I slept in my thing, and then on Sunday again, I managed to get Brannock down for a nap, and instead of recording this video, I was like, nope, I need to sleep. I need to prioritize my sleep. And I did. Somebody asked, is it okay to eat frozen foods and canned foods if you're very busy? I eat frozen food, yes. What I would steer clear of is like ready meals, because they're just full of crap. Or ready meals. Oh my god, all the deliveries today, sorry. I would steer clear of crap as much as possible, like overly processed. And I know I eat processed food, like it's fine. But like a salad can take 10 minutes to throw together, and a piece of frozen chicken that you throw in the oven. You know, I wouldn't eat like too much canned, like prepared meals. Beans are fantastic canned. Soup, I eat canned soup a lot. So, you know, like, yes, it's completely fine. But also, like, don't let it be an excuse to not eat well. You know, find things that are really quick and easy, like couple of like asparagus spears, slice off the bottom, throw them on a pan, little bit of Laurie's seasoning, the lady's gonna tell me how to pronounce it again, on top of it if you're in the States, some other seasoning if you're from Ireland, bit of garlic, frozen garlic, bing bang bosh, delicious. Throw in some kind of frozen something. Also, frozen vegetables are actually have more nutrients in them because they are frozen quicker from the ground. So as the length of time between when something's picked and when you eat it, it degrades in nutrients. Is that English? So it's better. Okay, I'm gonna move on now to my job. What do I do? People were so like, so many people asked me, and a lot of people thought I did something in the arts. I'm a senior manager for a charity. I have been there for 11 years, and we work with older people. It is a service-based charity, and yeah, basically my focus is in communications, supposedly, but basically I do a lot of everything, managing the team, grant applications. I do a lot of grant applications and that kind of thing, report writing, you name it. There's two of us who run the entire organization that works with 6,500 people on a weekly basis, so you know, I'm busy. So then somebody else asked me, am I back in the office yet? No, I'm not back in the office yet. I am currently on maternity leave, and I will be taking the unpaid maternity leave, so I won't be back until the end of October. And more about my, how will I manage walking food organization when mat leave is over? Exactly the way I did it at the start. And the way I do everything now is I prep, I plan, and I try and fit it in. I just make it work. Next topic is veganism. So many people asked me about my vegan journey. I'm gonna make a whole separate video on this because I had so many questions on it. Like, honestly, I had so many questions about veganism. It was crazy. I didn't expect that people would be that interested in it. I would just say that I have been this, like, just to give you a tiny little introduction, is that I have been some kind of plant-based, vegetarian, pescatarian for 12 years prior to becoming a vegan. I did not become a vegan for weight loss. It was an ethical choice that happened at the time, just prior to starting to lose weight. Somebody asked me my review on the Denny slices, and they're absolutely delicious. I don't like the chicken ones that much. The ham ones, though, they are so good. Now, we are in the final stretch of my Q&A. And I'm going into the random questions section, which is interesting. I don't know what's happening downstairs, but there's a lot of noise. I've been recording for an hour, bloody hell. Okay, any TV show recommendations? I'm currently watching Redemption, which is an Irish TV show, which I quite like. It's not the best. I like that kind of like BBC gritty crime. That's my jam. That's the kind of thing that I love to watch. The Secret is one that I watched recently. That was English. That was pretty good, pretty decent. Like a whodunit. That's kind of my thing. Any of the Harlan Coben ones. Stay Safe was that one. They're on Netflix. Luther is one of my favorite TV shows of all time. Line of Duty, you know, that kind of thing. I like that kind of stuff. That's up my street. I also love Queer Eye for hit of dopamine. Just fantastic. My favorite fruit are raspberries. Hands down, cherries. Cherry flavor raspberries as a fruit. I love cherries as well, but cherry flavor things if there is, like, I'm a summer fruits kind of gal in terms of flavors. Like if you want a cake or something like that, that's like I would, or dessert, I'm gonna go for more like the fruity and or toffee, sticky toffee kind of route than I would chocolate, which I know is very controversial, but yeah, raspberries are my favorite. I also love pineapple, I love mango, but I live in Ireland, so the pineapple and mango here can be a bit, you know, on occasion. I love watermelon as well. Anyway, am I going to share my birth story? I'm not sure. The reason being, somebody, when I asked on Instagram whether people would be interested in it, somebody reached out to me and said that she recommends that I don't, in case there was any, I wouldn't say malpractice, but in case there was any issues that I want to come back to address. And I think there might be. So I'm actually requesting my medical records at the moment. So I won't get into it. Was I diagnosed with any fertility related issues pre-weight loss? Wasn't diagnosed necessarily, but I did have my AHA, I think it's AHA levels tested, which is your egg reserve levels. Now it doesn't tell you whether you're infertile or fertile, but it shows how much, it is an indicator of how much egg reserves you have left, and it was low. Let me tell you, it was low, and we thought that it was kind of like a, do we start trying now or do we wait till I lose weight? And we did go to fertility clinic and everything. Well, it was all done online, and I was supposed to go back in September, so that test was done like the first week of my weight loss journey. I was supposed to go back in September, and I decided not to, and then I got pregnant the next April. So do with what you will. Do I wash my hair daily? No, I wash my hair once to twice a week. I used to wash it nearly every day or every second day, and then I realized it was damaging my hair. And I also used to use like stripping things on my hair, like, you know, volumizing or like de-oiling stuff. And then I realized basically by doing that, my hair was producing more oil, so now I use really like moisturizing conditioners and shampoos and stuff like that. So somebody asked me, why do I not do any brand partnerships? And that's an interesting one. I have been asked to do an awful lot of brand partnerships, like a lot. I have done one or two on Instagram. And the reason that I don't do any other ones is because I either don't believe in or don't like the product. I feel that my word is gold, like that's my value, and I would never want to recommend something to anybody that I do not believe in myself. So anything that you ever see me speak about is because I've used it and I believe in it. So obviously all of my jewellery is from my sisters, and the majority of my jewellery is from my sister's brand, and that's because I see it being made, I know it's epic quality, and I love it. I believe in body slims, that's why I talk about it. I'm not paid to talk about either of them. I have been offered many times to be paid to talk about certain things, and I won't do it unless I believe in it. And none of the ones that have approached me so far have been something that I have believed in. I'm just waiting on Charlotte Tilbury. Whenever you're ready, Charlotte, I'm here for you. Most of my face is Charlotte, or so soon. Either, I'll talk. I'll do. Anyway, moving on. Do I have any tattoos? Yes, I do. I have two. I have one. This is Ramble On. It's a Led Zeppelin song. I have two, which is a rose, which I got when I started my recovery for binge eating disorder, as the rose starting to open up. And then I have a very large piece on my back. I might link a photo here if I can. I have a feather on my hip, which was my first ever tattoo. I have Welcome to My Nightmare tattooed across my stomach, which is an Alice Cooper song, and I have an Eye of Horus on my ankle, which I do not like. It was not done very well. And if I do have skin removal surgery, my two middle tattoos will go, which is interesting. be weird to not have them anymore. Are my cats indoors or outdoors? They are indoors. We have one pedigree cat and we had to sign a contract that he would be indoors only. He would not survive in the wild. That's Smush. He literally has a smush face. He is an exotic, which is a short-haired Persian. And then we have Peta, like a Peta or Peta, depending on what country you're in, but we call her Peta. And she is a rescue. She would love to be outside, but we can't because we live very close to main roads and it wouldn't be fair on Smushy if she was allowed outside. So we do let them in the back garden. I let them out. Vincent does not because he's wise and I'm a pushover. Do I have any podcast recommendations for my walks or for walking? I actually only listen to music when I walk. I will leave down in the description box my walking playlist, and the reason being I need high tempo pushing dance music to move, and my ASS, and one of the songs is called Move Mine. It is 90s and 2000s dance, and there's a few epic tunes thrown in there just for good measure, so it puts me in a good mood and gets me moving. Okay, how do I deal with that time of the month? This person was struggling. I'm sorry that you're struggling. I currently have my period at the moment. My mood has dipped considerably in the 3 times that I've had my period since having Bronick. That's been interesting, but I just persevere. I just don't let it take over my whole life. I never had many PMS symptoms. Actually, since losing weight, my PMS symptoms, my physical PMS symptoms have basically gone. I do get bloated, but I don't have any cramps, which is just phenomenal. So I think there's a correlation there. Have I ever used a meal order service? No, we were going to use one when I had Bronick, but we didn't end up doing it. Tips for keeping a relationship strong while showing up for yourself more. Open lines of communication, making sure that you are talking to each other about your needs. That's really important. Like my need is my walk in the morning. Vincent needs certain time to himself, and we work around that, and we are a team. We see it as a team, and working when one, you know, is tired and needs help, you know, or needs somebody else to take over, we do that. And then finally, do I fill in my brows? Yes, I do. I am a victim of the 90s and 2000s brow trend. I get a brow lamination, so it's called. Basically, so it sticks my brows up. I have them waxed and dyed. I dyed them myself this morning. I didn't do too badly. And I fill them in then with pencil and Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Out Pomade. And then I keep them up with, got to be hair gel, like the ones punks use, just to keep them up. Guys, that is the end of the video. 2 Q&As, a million questions, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please, if you did make it to the end of the video, please leave me a cup of coffee, a cup of cafe, cup on cafe in Irish. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now. Leave me a cup of coffee emoji. I'm delirious. Down in the comments, let me know how you're getting on. Let me know if you have any other questions that you'd like me to answer in a future Q&A, and don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notifications so you never miss a video from myself, and I will chat to you all later. Bye guys. How is? Not a very ladylike. My lipstick is Kylie Jenner Ginger. New, but he's gonna be awake now, and that's an Asos delivery, I know. Yay. And I'm sure that's gonna be really controversial. I'm gonna get some clap back for that, but you know, do what you will. I've literally been talking for an hour and 15 minutes.